Right, we're live. Ready?
All right, ready.
Okay, guys, who have we got with us today then?
This is Casey.
Casey, where are you from, Casey?
I'm from Australia.
Nice. And how old are you?
26. We'll have to think about
26, yeah. And how long have you been traveling for right now?
that. 3 weeks.
Nice.
Yeah, 3 weeks.
This is a short trip for you, or are you having a long one?
I bought a one-way ticket.
Nice.
But I think it'll be, 2 months, 3 months.
Nice.
Yeah.
Have you been around this part of the world before?
Of course not. No, never.
No, really? Nice.
Yeah.
All going good so far?
Absolutely loving it.
Sure.
Like,
And your job's quite interesting. I've met Casey, guys. I met him a couple of nights ago. Your job, tell us what you do or what you study.
well, I actually haven't got a job yet, but I just finished my PhD in molecular biology.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Explain it like we're a 5-year-old.
Basically, I worked with rapid antigen tests, and I was spent my thesis or a few years, 3.5 years, looking to develop a new technology to kind of detect viruses.
Right. Wow.
And that's basically what I've done and written my thesis on.
Jesus.
And yeah, now I have submitted and decided, you know what, it's time to travel.
Yeah, good for you, man. A little break before you get started, probably.
Exactly right. Exactly.
And what's
right.
what's the plan when you actually are ready to work? Where do you go from there?
Look, I want to check out Europe. I come from quite a small university.
Right.
So I really wanted to have a look at, ideally I would actually go to Switzerland.
Right.
There's some really nice universities and research going on over there.
Sure. Yeah.
It's obviously very competitive.
They seem quite advanced with that kind of thing. Is that fair?
Yeah, they are. They pay well. They have good money for science research in my area.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously that makes it very competitive. So.
Nice. Exciting. But such a rewarding work as well.
It's a bit of a roller coaster for sure.
Yeah, I can imagine. Sure. Right, let's get deep, Casey.
Yeah.
Okay, pick a number between 1 and 50.
That's a big 44.
44, okay. Yeah. What is something, so you're 3 weeks into your journey right now.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be about this journey, but what's something you've seen or experienced since being away that has changed you?
Honestly, I had one extremely highlight of a day. And most of the highlight just came from, I was just walking around near my hostel that I was staying at, found like a nice local breakfast like restaurant that I thought, like when it's popular inside, usually that means like this is where the local people go. So I thought I'd check out the food there.
Good tip there, guys. If you see a lot of locals eating there, that's where you eat. It sounds easy, but
yeah, it's harder than you think.
Yeah.
It's harder than you think. And anyway, so I went in, and the food was immaculate. But what really made the breakfast amazing was there was this guy that was just sat near me, and like obviously we don't have a lot of English to talk, but we still managed to get a conversation going.
Yeah.
Learned about what he was doing and where he was working, and then he paid for my breakfast.
Oh, really?
He paid for my breakfast, paid for my coffee, and he's like, look, you're going to Siem Reap. If you go to Siem Reap in the next few days, let me know and we can do like a dinner. There was another guy that I met, just pulled over randomly to get some fuel, and he's like, oh, come have a beer with me. I had a beer with him, and I guess ultimately and he paid for it all again, and I guess ultimately what I'm saying is the people here are just really nice, and it's really refreshing and eye-opening, and just gives back that, sometimes you lose that not faith in humanity, but it's just like, when you can't speak a lot of language together and you can still connect in that kind of way. It's really quite amazing.
I really notice it as well. The places I've been to, which seem to be the poorest of places, you'll always, every time, have the most generous people you've ever met. It's a shame we don't really have that in the West so much.
Exactly.
Seems like it's dying. Oh, fuck.
Bit of stalling action here.
See, look at that, generosity. Good man, good man. Right, we're going to have to do that all again because I've stalled. When was the last time you stepped out of your comfort zone?
I honestly do that every day.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Go on, tell me.
Look, at the moment, I'm at a point in my life where I just enjoy being uncomfortable and just testing myself.
Yeah.
So, I bought a bike in Vietnam.
Yeah.
And I'm literally just touring solo around Australia, Cambodia.
Yeah, sick. Oh, mate, unbelievable. That's probably my favourite things to do when travelling.
Yeah,
just
honestly.
The freedom.
And it's just, the freedom. And so every day I'll just go, just try something new.
Yeah, I love that.
Too.
It's really common, guys. People in Vietnam, you either start at the top or start at the bottom. It's a long country, so you can buy a bike at the bottom, drive all the way to the north in a month or 2 months, and then sell the bike, and it ends up costing you absolutely nothing. And such a good experience, such a life-changing experience.
Exactly.
I would recommend that to anyone.
It is great. It is really great. Don't be too scared of the roads. Like the system it's an organized chaos.
Yeah.
It's a very organized chaos.
Absolutely.
And you'll pick it up quite quickly.
What do you think stops people from changing their lives?
That's a good question. It's scary. It's obviously the scariest thing that you'll do, because going into the unknown is, even if you're coming out of a place that you know is not good for you, it is still one of the hardest things to leave comfort. Comfort
sure.
is comfort at the end of the day. Even if it's not a nice comfort, the reality is your mind will overthink, and you're probably going to end up thinking, what if I end up with something worse than I currently have?
Yeah.
And in my experience, as an extremely old person now, it's never gone backwards.
Yeah.
It's really never gone backwards. And when it does, when bad things happen, you learn and you grow from it, and you just become a better person.
So true. Bad or good, isn't it? You're never going backwards.
If you just set yourself like, I'm going to do this, it happens.
Yeah. And then once you start doing it with some stuff, everything in your life, you'll keep having that attitude.
It really does.
They say this about entrepreneurship, but I think it applies to all of the topics we're discussing. An entrepreneur is someone who jumps off the cliff and works out how to build a parachute on the way down. And that's so fucking true. Such a great way to live your life. I really stand by that message.
I mean, I think there's two sides there. You want to be a little bit safe, but
I think take risks when you're young. That's different perspectives, but
it is.
For sure. Right, and where are you off to after Cambodia?
So I am actually going back into Vietnam to go up the north.
Nice.
That's obviously the plan. That was always the original plan, and then I bought the bike. Did a bit of research that you can bring a Vietnamese bike into Cambodia, which I had no problems crossing the border. It was actually a very smooth transition.
Yeah. That's cool.
And now I think I'm going to go up the north and then hopefully into Laos.
Sick.
And,
that's proper. And there's loops. There's a loop you can do in North Vietnam, and then there's also 2 in Laos you can do. I really recommend. I did one in Laos. There's a video on it on my channel, on my Sam Regan channel, guys. The Paxi Loop is called.
Yeah.
And you stay, honestly, probably the poorest village I've ever seen in my life. And you go and you stay there. There's a man and his wife named Captain Hook. And you go out with him at night time. You're like hunting for bugs. You drink cobra blood. Oh fuck. You drink cobra blood. You hunt for bugs. You cook the bugs. Staying in the middle of nowhere. And these people, they've got just 2 of them, and they've adopted like 7 or 8 kids. It's so beautiful. All these kids who have lost their parents in like, I don't know how actually, but have lost their parents. And all of the kids work at a hostel. You do drawings with them. You help them with their English. One of the most wholesome experiences I've had in my life. So yeah, Paxi Loop, Captain Hook. I really recommend that. Okay, Casey, pick a number between 1 and 50.
We'll have to go 11 now.
11.
Yeah.
What's your biggest fear? And are you facing it, or do you plan to face it? Deep.
Well, that is pretty deep. So I would say I can be a big overthinker.
Sure.
Which obviously it has its advantages, but sometimes it's annoying. So my biggest fear was just not knowing anything and jumping into it, and trusting your own instinct in every situation, no matter what it is.
Yeah, great shout.
And so that was honestly a big fear of mine. Like whenever I would want to pick up a new sport, I'd be like, like when I was younger, I'd be, I don't know how to play, I won't play.
Yeah.
But I don't know, you meet enough people and you realize it doesn't matter that you're not great.
Yeah.
It's just fun, and you learn way quicker than you realize, and you can trust your instinct way more than you realize as well.
It's that thing of be a fool for a minute instead of a fool for a lifetime.
Exactly.
That's a
like
great
that.
concept.
Yeah.
What's the cure for overthinking, or what's something you've learned to help deal with that?
Honestly, like I can preach advice, but I don't take it necessarily. Look, overthinking, you're gonna do it. It's inevitable, accept it. I think just realize that you do overthink is a key step.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's just it's not something that you do straight away. I think it's like, introduce yourself into more and more scenarios where you can't possibly know the outcome. Because overthinking is basically your brain trying to figure out a scenario in the future that best protects you. I mean, that's how I see it anyway.
Yeah.
And so just realizing that, putting yourself in a situation where you can not predict anything, and realizing you can handle it. You really are quite amazing and can handle it.
Yeah.
It's just put yourself in enough of those situations, and I think overthinking gets a little bit less stressful.
Okay then, so what's the cure, or what's a way to help treat overthinkers getting in their brain too much?
Honestly, for me, what worked was putting yourself in more and more situations where you just feel uncomfortable and you cannot predict the future.
Yeah.
And you do this repetitively, and you start to learn that you don't need to predict the future as much, and you can just rely on your natural instincts.
Yeah, nice. And have the confidence to put yourself out there more.
Exactly.
Nice, I like that answer a lot.
So you're about to interview Time next, and I just wanted to say, this guy is a 19-year-old, and I've obviously broken my phone, and he's just given me his spare phone to use for 3 days. And honestly, the amount of people that you meet are just like that. You can't experience what I want to say.
I hear what you're saying. You meet the best kind of people when you're traveling.
You really do.
Everybody's really in it together. You know, we've all gone through hard situations.
Yeah.
And we're all the communal vibe. When you go in a hostel and that, a lot of people don't understand it if you've not been in that situation before. But everyone from the start, from the first hour you meet someone, you know what they're about. You know they've got your back, and you know you're in the same boat. So everyone really connects through that. Is that what you're trying to say?
I think that's exactly what I'm trying to say, yeah.
Oh shit.
Tight corner. Just right there.
Right, okay, you're staying at Lubdi. How is Lubdi?
So it's actually a really amazing hostel. It's probably one of the best ones I've stayed in so far.
How much do you pay a night?
I want to say $6 US, $8 US a night.
That's crazy, that is cheap.
It is.
Hostels in Cambodia, guys, unbelievable. I forgot it until I'm back here. Really, really nice hostels here. They are, brother. First customer.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate your time, man. That was good. That was really nice. You too.
Yeah.
See you later.
See you later.